Okay, welcome to the Where Use Parameter add-in video demonstration. So, Where Use Parameter is a new add-in that I created for Autodesk Inventor that will allow you to create, modify, filter, purge, and exchange parameter in part or assembly documents. Most of the parameter tasks used to be accomplished through the standard parameter manager dialog box. This tool is not so bad, but I was missing a couple of tools to accomplish most of my daily tasks. So this is why I created my own. So let's go to the add-ins tab and let's start the application. Let's see what we have in this application. So when we start the application, you notice that we have three tabs. The first tab is Manage Filter. That will allow the user to select or to type the let's say WDTH, some filter string that will reduce the number of the parameters that are displayed in the parameter list. So user and model and reference parameter will be grouped together to reduce the space that it takes and to give the user a quick overview of what will happen if he changes the value of a parameter, for instance. So you can apply one or multiple filter, for instance, like this, width and length, and you will see all the parameters that contain or the word length or the word width in the parameter name or in the expression. So this is kind of very useful tool. Another aspect I wanted to include in that one is give the user a quick overview of the actually unused parameter that are not obvious to see with the standard tool. So I can see that I have those two parameters that are actually unused. I can right click in the margin and delete all these parameters at the same time. So very useful too. Another aspect I wanted to, of course, I wanted to provide a basic parameter creation tool, so I can create a numeric parameter or text or true false, for instance. And as you can see, you don't have to name your parameter as you create it. So the application will take care of giving a temporary name to your parameter. And let's say, for instance, this one could be NB holes, and it has to be a unitless parameter. So I can right click in the unit type and very quickly change the unit of the parameter itself. So I think that it's maybe more practical than the standard approach of popping a dialog box. So the list of parameter units that will be displayed in the quick list comes from a filter dialog box. So you just add to select which units you want to include in your quick list. So you can very quickly change from one unit to another one, and Inventor will take care of the conversion. Let's say millimeter, 1 inch comes equals to 25.4. So this is the first tab. Of course, you have unfiltered or filtered list, and you can also filter on the key option. Second tab is the possibility to retrieve parameters that were created into another document. So let's say, for instance, I have another part document that contains some expression and a parameter called NB hole, for instance. Let me just verify if it already exists in my first. So let's just delete this one. It's not exactly the same name, but let's delete it. So now I want to retrieve this parameter name with the full expression and also, of course, the dependency that comes with it. Because if I just retrieve NB holes, I will get only the value, because if these parameters do not exist in my my new document, they will not be it will not be able to recreate the exact expression. So let's retrieve and include formula and dependent parameter. So click the retrieve button. So you can see the bottom pane is in read only. It's just a display that gives you an overview of what has just been imported into your document. So distance from end, shelf width, and NB hole. If I go back to my main tab, if I go at the end, I should see that those three parameters were just imported in my active document. Very useful to be able to bring and retrieve parameters from part or assembly documents. So you can just browse and open another file, or if it's already open, it should be displayed in your drop down. Of course, you can filter in this case too. The third tab is the Purge tab. So all the parameters that will be displayed in this tab are actually unused. So you can select all the rows and click the delete button. And of course, if some of these parameters add expression that use other parameters, so they can be brought in the second time, so you can click and purge again. So this is it. And this is my new application. This application, where use parameter, is available on the Autodesk Application Exchange website. Thank you very much.